going on, guys? My name is Garrett, and today I'm going to be teaching you how I got my Snorlax. And we'll be covering a bunch of information about Pokemon Go eggs and hatching, and all the things you need to know about 2-kilometer eggs, 5-kilometer eggs, and 10-kilometer eggs. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys drop a like and share it with a friend. Share it with all your friends. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. Here we go! So let's get it right out of the way. I got my 1,394 CP Snorlax from a 10-kilometer egg. You heard that correctly. Now we're going to start all the way from 10-kilometer eggs, and I'm going to have a whole chart in this video explaining what kind of Pokemon you can get from 10-kilometer eggs and how beneficial they can be to you. So get to walking, do all that stuff, because the Pokemon you can get from 10-kilometer eggs are amazing. So the other day I was walking around in San Jose, California, and I received a 10-kilometer egg. Now this 10-kilometer egg, I didn't really care about. I was like, oh, whatever, not getting anything good from it. I had really bad luck with eggs until I hatched my first Snorlax. Now this was a 1,394 CP Snorlax, which blew me away. Now this was my second Snorlax I ever received. My first one wasn't even close to as good, and I received that one from an incense walking out of my front door. And earlier, before my Snorlax, I received a Scyther. And I've had Scythers before, but never at a 10-kilometer egg. So what else could I have received from my 10-kilometer egg, and what can you get next time you're out and about walking the streets of the Pokemon Go world? Now the top 5 Pokemon you can receive from a 10-kilometer egg include a Snorlax, a Lapras, a Magmar, an Aerodactyl, and a Pinsir, and that is an exact order of the highest potential CP each can have, with Snorlax having the most at 3,112 CP, which is a lot. Now of course, all of these are level dependent. When I received my Snorlax, I was only level 20, but I'm sure if I was level 30, 40, can you even go that high? I'm not even sure. But if I was level 30, I'm sure my Snorlax would have been a much higher CP than it was when I received it. So regardless, I'm very happy, thankful to the Pokemon gods that I received my Snorlax at 1,300 CP. But if I was a higher level, I would have been much happier with the results. And of course, getting eggs is easier than ever. You can get them very easily going to Pokestops, and incubating them is fairly easy as well. Make sure you guys go ahead. If you do have a 10-kilometer egg and you're not spending money incubating eggs, I highly recommend going ahead and only using your incubation for your 10-kilometer eggs, as the 5-kilometer and the 2-kilometer eggs aren't as good. Let's jump into what Pokemon you can get from those two. Now with the 5-kilometer eggs, you can go ahead and get these types of Pokemon. Now of course, I'm not sure if these are region dependent, because I know a few of these you need to live in certain parts of the world to go ahead and catch them, but I'm not sure if you can hatch them. So the top 5 Pokemon from the 5-kilometer eggs include Kangaskhan, Tauros, Tangela, Porygon, Lickitung. Now of course, that is in order from the highest CP you can get. The Kangaskhan, the highest potential CP you can have is 2,043. I almost said 20,043, but it's definitely 2,043. And of course, it's pretty cool. Kangaskhan's a really awesome Pokemon, but 2,000 CP in the long run isn't that high, especially if you're at level 30. You get level 2, you get a 2,000 CP Pokemon. Not really worth it. So make sure you guys go ahead and save those egg incubators for your 10-kilometer eggs. And lastly, let's jump into our 2-kilometer eggs. Now with 2-kilometer eggs, you can go ahead and unlock a Clefairy, a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, a Charmander, and a Jigglypuff. Those are the top 5 from 2 kilometers, but the difference is, of course, with each and every single egg, you have to walk less. With a 2-kilometer egg, it's only 1.2 miles, which is 2,670 steps. With the 5-kilometer egg, you only need to walk 3.11 miles, which is technically only 667 steps. And lastly, for the 10-kilometer egg, which of course is the longest journey to go ahead and unlock these Pokemon, it's going to take you 6 miles or 6.2 miles to go ahead and unlock these pretty awesome Pokemon. I would love to receive a Lapras, and that's going to take you 13,300 steps. That's a lot of freaking steps if you ask me. But it's worth it, because you're not only getting in shape, but you're also unlocking an awesome Pokemon. Now of course, if you're like me, you had doubts about the eggs. You're like, god dang, I never get anything good from these stupid eggs. I'm always incubating them, not getting anything. But don't worry, one day your day will come where you will go ahead and hatch a Lapras or a Snorlax or a Magmar, or an Aerodactyl, or maybe even just a Bulbasaur that's really high CP. You never know. Of course, hatching those 2 kilometers and 5 kilometer eggs are also really good. They do have their ups because let's say you get a Bulbasaur that's like 900 combat power. That's really good. You can go ahead and evolve that, and then your next evolve will be a really high CP, and then to go ahead and get a Venusaur, it would be amazing. I guess there's a plus side to everything with these eggs, sort of. So to wrap this all up, I want to quickly thank all you awesome viewers for all the most recent supports with all my Pokemon Go videos, and of course on all my vlogs. Now I've been uploading a ton of videos, so if you guys missed any of my Pokemon Go action, make sure you guys go check it out, as it's been a little bit crazy, especially yesterday's video. I taught you guys the most broken, the most awesome way to level up in Pokemon Go, which no one else on YouTube has ever shown you guys. So it's like, I'm showing you guys here first how to go ahead and make max amount of EXP. And no, it doesn't involve catching Pokemon or going ahead and evolving Pokemon. It's a totally different strategy, which you probably have never even heard of, which is absolutely amazing. So without further ado, I'm going to be wrapping up this video here. If you guys have any questions about Pokemon, make sure you guys leave them down below, or go ahead and ask me on social media, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram to Snapchat. All links will be found down below. And of course, if you guys want to follow an awesome Twitter account that I help run and manage, make sure you guys check out Pokemon Go Nurse. That is a Twitter handle that I highly recommend you go check it out. They upload a bunch of pictures, and a bunch of memes, and a bunch of helpful tips and tricks, and much more. So without further ado, I'll be wrapping up the vlog here, or not vlog, I guess. I'm going to be wrapping up the tutorial or tips and tricks or egg hatchery or how I got my Snorlax video right now. If you enjoyed it, make sure you guys drop a like, and I'll see you guys later on today with a brand new video. Bye, guys!